All right, everybody, day 26 of my semi-automatic collection. And up until now, I think you've seen some pretty nice guns. But that's going to change today because we're looking at my Remington RM380. This isn't a particularly great gun, even though it is modeled after a great gun. It is a takeoff of the Rohrbaugh R9S. This would be the S since it actually has sights on it. This is a design that Remington bought from Rohrbaugh and then started making themselves. But the big problem is the Rohrbaugh was 9mm and this is just 380. It holds 6+1 rounds for a total of 7 rounds of 380. When Rohrbaugh made this gun, it was awesome. It was a great little 9mm pistol. It could fit in your pocket easily. It was made with really nice materials. It was well made. The guy who made them took the time and did it right. But when Remington bought them out, they kind of just slapped it back together. Not as great as the original. And like I said, they reduced the caliber. And just that caliber change is enough to make this gun not so special. I'm not saying this gun is like, trash or anything, but when the Rohrbaugh was 9mm, it was the smallest, easiest to carry, easiest to conceal, little 9mm you could purchase. This one, when it's in 380, it's just another little 380. Nothing really that special about it. Now, this isn't an exact replica of the old Rohrbaughs. When Remington started making them, they did make a couple of changes. One change they made is they moved the magazine release from down here on the bottom of the grip up to a more traditional spot right here. And they added a slide stop release. The original ones didn't have a slide stop release. They were much like the PPK. You had to drop the magazine to put the slide back forward. Those changes aren't bad changes. I don't really like the magazine release up here because it makes it more likely you're going to hit it accidentally when you're trying to hold a little gun. But the slide release, I actually think was a pretty nice addition. Now, when it comes to how the gun operates, it's a double action only hammer fired gun. So every time you pull the trigger, it is a kind of a long pull with kind of a weird break on it. The original Rohrbaugh trigger was better, but this one isn't a bad trigger. It just has kind of an odd break. It almost feels like there's a hesitation when the hammer drops, but otherwise, it's pretty okay for a small gun. Now, when I first got this gun, it was all black. It didn't have a two-tone option. I think they later offered a two-tone option because the slide is stainless. So all they had to do was not finish the slide. But I think originally they were all in black. I just bead blasted this off, then brushed it down a little bit to give it that two-tone look. Now, I've never changed the grips on this gun because they're kind of proprietary. They're not made by a lot of people. I think there were a couple of them that were available when this gun first came out. You could find them from like one manufacturer, but I don't even know if you can find them now. I don't even think this gun is made anymore. The sights are also kind of like that, as in you can't change them, but not because they're proprietary, but because they are integral to the slide. The original Rohrbaughs didn't have any sights whatsoever, but later they added sights like this, and that's why they called it the R9S, because the R9 didn't have sights, the R9S did. So like I said, I'm not even sure if they make this gun anymore, and I don't want to trash it too much. It is a good little gun. It works. It is very small and easy to carry, but the very fact that they neutered it down to 380 makes it to where it's just not special anymore. And it's number 26 in my semi-automatic handgun collection videos, my Remington RM380.